Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Anthony with the VR Game Rank. I can't even remember what show I'm on. This, of course, is the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel. We have just finished with our live episode of VR Roundtable. So hopefully we have a few people joining us from that. And yeah, this is Sunday Fun Day. We really don't have much on the docket today. We're just going to go ahead and take a look at some random stuff. Chris Gould says, Magic Leap. Yeah, not really. That's just a little countdown thing that I thought I'd throw in there for a couple of seconds before we started. And let's see here. I actually there is a Magic Leap video that I did want to show real quick. So we could actually go to that real fast. Let's go ahead and check this out. This is a new Magic Leap video that I've seen here where basically what he's doing is he's showing how you can just take pictures of anything, anywhere, at any time by doing this, which I think is a pretty cool idea here. Imagine the future when everybody is wearing their AI glasses everywhere they go. And anything you see anywhere, you just go like this and it takes a picture, because that is the future. That is what's going to happen in the future. And this is giving us a glimpse 10 years into the future. That's kind of what Roni Abovitz talks about when he talks about Magic Leap, is that it kind of takes you're kind of 10 years ahead of everybody else. And you kind of are in a certain way, in a certain way you really are. So that is a new Magic Leap video that I did happen to see. I think actually maybe Noah tweeted that out to me or somebody. Anyway, I saw it somewhere. I don't remember where it was. But let's go ahead and throw on a random trailer here before we get into anything major. Let's see here. Excuse me. I'll throw on a distance trailer. I got to resize this. And get this in my window here. Still no Skype guests. I've been having problems trying to work on this on the side to get guests in and Skype them in, and it hasn't worked out, but probably eventually we'll figure this out. Chevy says your headset will probably record video 24/7, but where are all those gigs going to go? I mean, just an unlimited cloud storage system recording everyone's video, all piped into Google, all piped into their central mastermind AI that is seeing every human's video everywhere. Man, our AI overlords are going to get incredibly powerful. No question about that. Hello again, gorgeous VR gamers. That is Hybrid Energy. He was over there in the other VR Roundtable show. We have Simplex PL. What is up? Paradise Decay is over here as well. Bird Person missed the show yesterday, but he's live now. And Chevy says the cloud. Alexander Lubinsky, hello from Sacramento. Alexander, you're in Sacramento? I'm obviously in Sacramento, California, of course. Let's throw a little bit of this game trailer sound on here for Distance. This is Distance. And so let's see. I really don't know what the news stories are today. So what I can do, of course, is go to the various subreddits and see what the biggest stories are on the docket. I'm not sure that there's anything like really big that is going on right now. But let's go ahead and check out the Vive subreddit real quick. And so here we are. Zone of the Enders VR blew my friggin' brains out. That is the #1 topic. Has anybody out there picked up Zone of the Enders VR? Literally just finished playing the VR version, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I love it. Blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, I mean, Zone of the Enders VR, it is available on the HTC Vive on Steam. It's available, I don't know if it's on the Oculus Store, but I know you can play it on an Oculus Rift, and you can, of course, play it on a PlayStation VR. So this is one of those titles. It's out there. It's everywhere. $30. I played the demo of it, and I've seen the trailers of it. Doesn't really do it for me. Another thread is, can someone explain the Skyrim Fallout 4 VR situation to me? Let's see. Virtual reality is available on Steam at 33% off. I do think that is a great deal. And then right below that, you have somebody asking a very big question here. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice or virtual reality? Because I think they're probably right around the same price, because Hellblade is half off, and virtual reality, no, actually virtual reality is a little bit cheaper, I believe. I believe it's on sale for about $10, but I really think virtual reality is pretty cool. Of course, we did talk about that a little bit yesterday, so we don't need to go ahead and get into that again. But let's see what folks are talking about over here in chat. Crunchy says, I missed the show the whole of last week since I was in Disneyland. You were in Disneyland for a week? Man, I would love to go to Disneyland for a week. You know, Disneyland is a special place. Let's talk about Disneyland. Like, when you guys go to Disneyland, what is your favorite rides to go on? For me, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just a classic, man. You know, you get into that boat and you're going down that, it's all dark and it's like New Orleans and everything, and it's like Pirates of the Caribbean. I really like that ride. Of course, the Indiana Jones ride is super awesome as well. Space Mountain is kind of overrated, not really into that. But man, I would love to go to Disneyland for a week. Simplex PL says, I bought VVR on Anthony's enthusiasm, and my question for you, Simplex, have you gotten to the level with the whimsical pinwheel? Because that is the star of the show. I absolutely love the voiceover work on virtual reality by Tenderclaws. Chris Cox says Hellblade without a doubt. It's not even close. Of course you're going to go Hellblade. And Crunchy talking about Disneyland, Star Tours is still my favorite. Paradise Decay says, I like the 3D cinema Disney have. Pirates and Indiana Jones. I mean, it's all about Pirates and Indiana Jones. And hopefully now that they do have Star Wars, I'm sure they're going to have an incredible Star Wars experience. And I'm really interested to see how Disneyland will start to adapt to VR and AR, because I think Disneyland is absolutely going to have to adapt to that, because it's a real threat. Like, it's a legitimate threat to the future of all amusement parks if VR gets too damn good. And if you can go to little amusement parks in your own city that have VR centers that can basically let you practically live out your fantasies, then why are you going to Disneyland? So Disneyland has to deal with that. And so they're going to be looking to take full advantage of VR and AR in every way possible, because they got to protect the throne, so to speak. James Davis 911 says, more VR talk. Yeah, we're definitely going to do some more VR talk. This is Sunday Fun Day, so we try to have some fun. What are people playing? Like, what have you been playing this week? What are you into? We can talk about anything. We can go anywhere. We don't really have to go into a very specific topic. Crunchy says, Star Wars Land is going to be crazy. I really hope it's awesome. You know that one scene in the original Star Wars where Obi-Wan Kenobi has to walk out on that tiny little platform and turn off the, you know, he's turning off the tracker so that the Millennium Falcon can escape. I want to be able to physically do that and feel like I am really walking out there on that platform. So that should be a part of Star Wars Land. I want to walk through the hallways of the Death Star and have the little robot, you know, that little robot thing that runs along with you. Absolutely want to do that. Paradise Decay says, aren't Disney building a big Star Wars attraction? Yeah, they absolutely have to be doing that. I mean, they would be crazy not to. I believe they are. I just wonder, where are they going to get all the space? They're going to have to, like, kill off some of their other stuff to be able to have the space for Star Wars. Ray Pope, has anyone tried the free demo Disney Movies VR? Some of the VR movies are really good, like The Snake in the Tree. Yeah, which one is that? It's like George of the Jungle or something, or which one is that where it has the snake in the tree? It does look really good. Disney does have some good 360 stuff. Hussein X, go for Hellblade. I finished VVR on the go last night. Good game, short, but feels very hyped to me. Doesn't appear to be a top 2 game, some say. Top 2 game, like top 2 best VR game, period? No, virtual reality is not that good. It just has an interesting sense of humor, a whimsical style. It's an interesting game. Hellblade, yeah, Jungle Book, Paradise Decay, Jungle Book. Yeah, Jungle Book. I was thinking George of the Jungle. Jungle Book on Disney Movie VR. It does have the snake that looks really good. And they also have that 360 thing with that gigantic orangutan that's like right in front of you that looks really good as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely worth trying. Alexander Lubinsky says it's out behind Frontierland. So they must have just bought more land, and we'll see what Disney does. Beauty and the Beast is good. Beauty and the Beast, there's like a ride? Beauty and the Beast, the 360 video. Yeah, that is pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay, so what we can do, though, is let's go ahead and bounce back over to these news stories here. I just wanted to see what else people were talking about on here. Let's go over to the Oculus subreddit and check that one real quick. And on Oculus subreddit, Carly and the Reaperman single player mode update. Odd Raven Studios. Yeah, so this is in the news, folks. If you guys don't remember, there is a game called Carly and the Reaperman. And Odd Raven Studios is the developer of this game. They did provide me with a review code when that game first came out. And I talked about this the other day. I had no idea. Let me tell you a little bit about this game, Carly and the Reaperman, real quick. So if you went and bought Carly and the Reaperman right away when it first came out, you might not have known this, that it's a 2-player co-op game, but it required 2-player co-op, and it required local 2-player co-op, not online, local. So basically, here's how it works. One guy puts on the VR headset. Another person grabs the Xbox 360 controller or whatever controller you have. And so one guy is in front of the computer monitor with the 360 controller. The other person is in the VR headset. You can see them. They're basically demonstrating it there. And the person that is standing up with the VR headset, they play the Reaperman. They're this big giant thing. They got to grab things. They got to move things around. They got to do all of that. The other person on the Xbox controller is basically playing a platformer. They are Carly. And so I heard about this game and saw about this game right after Moss came out, and I enjoyed Moss so much. I had so much fun with Moss, and I saw some screenshots of this, maybe saw like a short little video clip, but wasn't paying attention. And I had absolutely no idea that this literally required 2 people to be in the same, in the same place playing it. And so that was a problem for me because I ain't got nobody else to come over here and play that with me on a lark, and trying to get my kids. They're playing Destiny 2. They just got Destiny 2. They play Fortnite. They play the Grand Theft Auto online thing. They play all these different Minecraft, Hunger Game online things. And they're not interested in this. So I'd have to like beg and plead with them to play Carly and the Reaperman with me. So I was kind of stuck like Chuck. So I felt really bad for like Odd Raven Studios because I was like, man, I asked you guys for a code for this game and I can't even play it because I don't have another person to play it with. And what I tried to do is one day I tried to use my Rift and my Xbox controller at the same time and be picking up my touch controllers, putting them down, grabbing the Xbox controller, and that was just unwieldy. I couldn't really do that. But in the news, what is in the news is basically, let's see here. What's in the news is Carly and the Reaperman has added a single player mode update. And I did get a chance to try this. I tried this last night, and I'm happy to report that it is really freaking cool. Now, one of the warnings that Odd Raven Studios gives you at the very beginning, though, when you start the single player mode, you have to like option in to the special single player mode. And one of the things they tell you is this was designed, all along it was designed as a two-player game in the fashion that they're talking about here. One person on a controller controlling Carly, like this lady here on a controller controlling Carly, the other lady in the VR headset controlling the Reaperman. That's how the game was designed. And so the warning is, when you play single player mode, it says that some parts of this game in single player mode are going to be ridiculously easy, and there's going to be other parts that are ridiculously hard because it was not designed for this single player mode. But I said, who cares? I'm going to have fun anyway. I'm going to try this anyway. And it says, go ahead, you can still have a lot of fun anyway. And I tried it, you know what? And it's damn good. I was basically playing Moss. It's very similar to Moss, is pretty much what it is in single player mode. Now, if there's a downside, it's way too easy because I'm blowing through it really fast. But I like the visual design. I like the style of it. Let's go ahead and check out the trailer just for a second. Full screen style, and hear a little bit of the sound. Oops. Let's see. I'm gonna get a sip of water. So yeah, this is Carly and the Reaperman. It does look pretty cool, but basically just wanted to say that this does have a single player mode. It is worth checking out. However, my biggest problem though with the whole thing overall is, I don't know, this game is a bit expensive. Like, it is legitimately a bit expensive. Like, if we go over here and we check out the Steam page here, you can see 25 buccarinos. 25 buccarinos for Carly and the Reaperman, which I believe is a bit on the pricey side. It does have this single player mode. I was having a lot of fun. If Moss is like your favorite VR game that you've played so far, you might just want to grab this thing for 25 bucks, but otherwise maybe wait for a sale. It does have positive on the reviews. Only 16 reviews, which is kind of unfortunate. Hopefully this game has found somewhat of an audience. But yeah, I definitely like it now that it does have this single player mode, and I'm enjoying it, but still very early in it. A bit expensive on the price, but definitely something to keep your eye on. So let's see what people are talking about in chat. Alexander Lubinsky says we need more asynchronous play in VR. And we absolutely do. One thing that what I really want to see in VR with future VR headsets, I want to see the ability to play with another person physically in the same game space. And we're probably going to need like headsets that have built-in wireless capability to do this. So probably, you know, maybe Oculus Santa Cruz could be a possibility there. I Am Rut says, definitely watching for it on sale. I believe he's talking about Carly and the Reaperman. Yeah, if this game was aggressively on sale, say for like 15 bucks or something, definitely something to think about if it was a deal like that. Chris Cox says, it's a quite longish game though, 6 to 8 hours apparently. Okay, considering the price, 25 bucks, it is a longer game. Hussein X says, I've always wondered if Anthony is married, single, and if she likes VR. I know he has kids who like Fortnite. Yes, I am married. My wife is not really into VR, but I have put her in a few different experiences, and she's played she's played some different things. She's tried some different things. So she's kind of slightly interested in VR. But the very first time I put her in VR was the whale demo for the Blue, the Wii VR whale demo for that. And I put her in that, and there was something about like I had my subwoofer going and I had my loudspeakers going, but she also had headphones on as well. And she got like freaked out. Oh, game audio is a little loud, my bad. Because I don't have, oh, you know what, folks? I got my volume way turned down. The reason why is because on VR Roundtable, I just got off of VR Roundtable, and I turned my volume way down so that the volume of people in the headset and stuff doesn't leak into the mic, and I forgot about that. Oh man, my audio volume must have been crazy loud because I didn't realize that. Okay, so here we are. We got we got the audio back in check. Terry Blanchard says, with the amount of great VR titles coming out, the VR train is picking up an unstoppable momentum. Yeah, there are tons of games that are coming out and games getting updates. I mean, there is tons of stuff going on in the month of September. Chebby says, same for me, Anthony. The whale in the Blue and my wife freaked out. Yeah, I thought she would be cool. I thought the whale, like I've always thought that is the perfect demo to put somebody in because you really get this underwater experience. You see these little fish swimming around. Oh, you know what my wife did like? PlayStation VR, the underwater thing for that. Although she got freaked out by the shark and didn't want to get to the part with the shark. But the other part of the underwater thing, she really liked. So that was one demo that she liked. I'm trying to think. Google Earth. I think I got her into Google Earth and she checked that out. Man, was it Electronauts? I think I put my wife in Electronauts and she was actually screwing around with it for about 15 minutes. And I have put her in the Oculus Go as well. I showed her Amaze 3D. I showed her the crazy Amaze 3D demo just to show her how the downfall of humanity is like 10 years away. The downfall of humanity is definitely 10 years away. I had to show her that. So I did show her that. That is funny. I showed my wife Beat Saber and my wife has no rhythm for Beat Saber. She couldn't do it at all. I'm like, you hit the boxes down or up. I mean, it's easy. I'm doing like all this masterful stuff and she fails out of Beat Saber in like 10 seconds. Chris Cox says Coco is good for demos with women and gnomes and goblins. Yeah, I haven't put her, and she loves Coco actually. She loves the movie Coco. Like I think she owns the Blu-ray for Coco, so she would probably like to try that. Gnomes and goblins, that's a good idea as well. Absolutely good idea. Yeah, Chebby says Amaze 3D. Yeah, it's funny, but I had to do it. But yeah, let's see, what else can we talk about? So we can go back to our little web browser real quick here, and let's check out Upload VR and just see what is the big stories going on right here on Upload VR. And it says Facebook and Universal integrate AR into Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie discs. And then basically the same stuff they had yesterday. Okay, so not much going on at Upload VR. Let's go ahead and check Road to VR real quick. Just a last minute check in case there's any kind of news that has popped up, but it is Sunday. There's probably not going to be any news really. But yeah, see, they had this story here about Carly and the Reaperman, and that's where I thought about it again, and I was like, you know what, I have a code for Carly and the Reaperman. I should probably give that game a shot, give the single player a shot. Pretty darn impressed. Oh, you know what, I know something we can talk about. Let me switch up. Let me go back to the standard browser here. I mean, this is my standard setup. And hold on a second. I got something we can talk about real quick. But we'll see what's going on in chat. So, Alexander Lubinsky, my girlfriend tried to put her feet up on the cage in the PSVR Worlds and she almost fell over. Yeah, you know what would be super cool is that PSVR, the Shark Cage demo. Like if you could do that in a real cage, could you imagine being in a real cage? But you'd have to be underwater too, and then you need a waterproof headset. So it makes things difficult. But one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick, and now we have the ability with this web browser, being able to add like web browser pages and being able to do that with this as well. One of the things that we can take a quick look at is, let's see here. So this is the top 200 Oculus Rift games currently available. This is the updated rankings, and we just updated these rankings September 3rd. So this is the newest update, and this is where these games shook out. And this is kind of, these are the best VR games that you can possibly get your hands on. Now, you might disagree with some of the order. Some of these games might not necessarily speak to you, but I think, look at this top 20. Like, let's just consider this top 20. Skyrim VR, number 1. Echo Arena, number 2. Fallout 4 VR. Beat Saber coming in at number 4. Robo Recall in 5. Elite Dangerous, Rec Room, Onward, Lone Echo, Super Hot, Gorn, From Other Suns. I'm kind of surprised that From Other Suns ended up there at 12th, because we haven't heard a lot about From Other Suns, but it did register pretty well in the Oculus Rift rankings. The Talos Principle, number 13. Serious Sam 3 in the 14th spot. Brass Tactics at 15. The Climb. I honestly feel like The Climb is way overrated, but it always ends up ranked pretty high. Hellblade, a brand new game coming into the top 20. Hellblade Sunoa's Sacrifice. Orbis VR, I kind of wonder if this is overrated a little bit, into the top 20. Budget Cuts, kind of surprised Budget Cuts got into the top 20, especially since Budget Cuts is a bit on the jank side. And To the Top has been something that a lot of people have really rallied around. It's kind of been a fan favorite. And that's the top 20. I believe that is a very solid top 20. Like, I don't think there is a horrible game on this list. I do believe The Climb and Orbis VR and maybe Budget Cuts are a little bit overrated to be in this top 20. But let's see what's going on in chat. What do people think in chat? Let's see. We're again talking about Coco. Oh no, that's an old post there. Let's see. Where is Yoga VR in the list? Yeah, no, Yoga VR. I don't think Yoga VR made the top 200. And Paradise Decay says, no, I love The Climb. Hussein X says, Echo Arena, too addictive, my most played game. Paradise says, The Climb is amazing. The Climb is okay. Like, I don't have I've played The Climb. It works. It's effective. It works well. Okay, let's go down to the next 20. Red Matter. Now, there's a game I rally around. Arizona Sunshine, Blaze Rush, Alien Isolation VR mod, Subnautica, Payday 2, Marvel Powers United, up at 27. Does it deserve this, or is that mostly on the back of the fact that Marvel, it's Marvel, it's Oculus. This is the Oculus rankings. Pavlov VR at 28. Lucky's Tale, The Gallery 2, Space Pirate Trainer, 11 Table Tennis, Pixel Ripped ranking this high, pretty incredible. Star Trek Bridge Crew, Moss, Audio Shield, Chronos, Killing Floor Incursion. I mean, look at how many freaking amazing games we have in VR. We are truly blessed. We've got a lot of amazing games. So that is pretty cool. So definitely go ahead, bounce over to VR Game Rankings when you get an opportunity later on. Check out the top 200. There is a top 200 for the Vive. There's a top 200 for the Rift. There's a top 100, top 50, top 20. And so you can definitely check all of that out. The other thing that we have at VR Game Rankings that I'm not sure too many people check out, another ranking that you might want to check out is our last 90 days rankings. Now, this is the 20 best Oculus Rift games in the last 90 days, and you can see Pixel Ripped. Marvel Powers United VR is the third highest ranked game of the last 90 days for the Oculus Rift. Budget Cuts. So this is how the list is breaking down. Yeah, you got Moss, Seeking Dawn, Torn, Megaton Rainfall, Electronauts, Contagion, Virtual Reality still in there. It came out on June 6th. Nog, Furious Seas. As you get down here, you get into a little bit more of a dicey area. So after you get past the first 10 or so games, it does start to go down. You got Furious Seas, Stifled, Vroom Kaboom, Soviet Luna Park VR, Night Night, Code 51 Mecha Arena, Gates of Nowhere, and Anamorphine coming in at number 20. But yeah, the last 90 days rankings, it's definitely worth checking out as well. Lots of good information on here. We can also check out, we can check out the top 40 most wanted HTC Vive games. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. This is the top 40 most wanted HTC Vive games. This was updated in late August. Numero uno, my favorite, Space Junkies, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you play the Golden Child. Space Junkies is the number one most wanted HTC Vive game, at least according to the people that submitted top 20s and top 10s on the website. You can submit your own rankings. Highly encouraged. It does help us. The more people that send in rankings, the better these rankings can be. But Space Junkies is number one. The Elder Scrolls Blades. Does anybody even remember this thing? Like, what is the deal? The Elder Scrolls Blades, February 2019. Population 1 is coming in at number 3. It is more wanted, apparently, than Transference, which is coming out in a matter of like a week or so. Firmament by Cyan Incorporated. Evasion, Vacation Simulator Nostos, which is that massively multiplayer online RPG style game. The Half-Life 2 mod, yeah, apparently it does still exist. Creed, we got Assetto Corsa Competizione. Let's not forget about that one. Blunt Force, which looks really good, but coming in 2019. Vox Machina. Now, we have October 2018, hoping that it comes around that time. Not really sure. Windlands 2, this needs to be updated. Oh my God, I've got a mistake here. January 2019. No, Windlands 2 is not January 2019. Windlands 2 is next week. That is exciting. Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, The Spy Who Shrunk Me, Virtual Reality. This is already available, so I do need to update this list. District Steel. Does anybody know about this game, District Steel? You want to talk about flying under the radar. This game right here, District Steel, I like the look of this game. This is by Barricade Studio. So I'll go back over here. I'm in chat now. And what I'm going to do, though, is I am going to see if I could find, I'm going to grab this District Steel YouTube video for you guys, because I think this is pretty freaking sweet. And I'll show you guys District Steel. I bet you hardly any of you guys are up on District Steel. It has been supposedly coming forever, though, and it's been delayed forever, so I don't know what's going on with that. Hold on, I do need to open up my 4K video downloader. Unfortunately, did not have that opened already. And we are grabbing the District Steel trailer as I speak here. But let's see what people are talking about over here on chat. And so D Fierce says, can we get a VR porn review? Should I rank the top 200 VR porn experiences? I actually, honestly, this is the honest truth, and I'm not even lying, guys. VR porn, I just don't believe it's there yet. The VR porn that I've seen has not impressed me, and I don't think VR porn is there. Now, I believe in 10 years, VR porn is going to be ridiculous, and it is going to be the end of humanity as we know it. So I can't do a VR porn ranking right now because I'm not there yet. And you know what I'd like to do is an Oculus Go ranking, but I haven't tried enough Oculus Go stuff yet either. So haven't done that. Okay, so let's see here. I am going to try to grab this trailer. Let's go ahead and check out this trailer for District Steel. But I think the trailer I have is back when it had a different name. It was called Dimension Dude. But I bet you a lot of you guys are sleeping on this. Let's check this out. Now, is that an awesome trailer or what? Like, is that a totally awesome trailer or what? No. But actually, it's just the look. Like, look at that look. I love this look for some reason. It reminds me of very late 90s PC gaming or like very early 2000s PC gaming. I just love the look. This is a really old trailer. This is back when it was called Dimension Dude, and it is being developed by, is it Barricade Studio? Barricade Studios? Barricade Studio. Okay, Barricade Studio. They might be like in Sweden or the Netherlands or something like that, and they are working on this. It is called District Steel. It has been renamed to District Steel, and this is a game to maybe be slightly interested in. It's number 18 on the HTC Vive Most Wanted charts. And I was seeing, yeah, District Steel. Okay, let me show you guys. Here's the Steam page for it. District Steel, yeah, it says release date. It says 2018 Barricade Studio. District Steel is a VR action game bringing back the good old days of gaming. It kind of looks like a late 90s PC game, equipped with a biomechanical arm that gives special time-bending powers and a selection of deadly weapons. There's a bunch of ass kicking to be done. I was going to say kick assing. There's a bunch of ass kicking to be done. It does say HTC Vive. It doesn't say Oculus Rift. It just says available 2018. Haven't heard anything at all about District Steel since that time. But I don't know. I think it's a cool looking game. I just like that environment. I think it's kind of cool. Terry Blanchard says looks awesome. Hybrid Energy says looks cool and cyberish. Chris Gould looks great to me. Main Fan says I didn't see anything. Did you have your eyes closed, Main Fan? Please elaborate. Crunchy says this game has a cool retro feel. Yeah, but it's not like retro like Compound and like Wolfenstein 3D. It's retro like the original Unreal or Half-Life or something, kind of like a late 90s PC game, but a little bit better graphics. I really hope this game really comes out in 2019. Actually, let me show you guys, there's some screenshots here. Let me show you some of these screenshots. Like this screenshot right here, like tell me that doesn't look fucking cool right there. Like you're in a back alley of New York. That reminds me of another old PC game. Do you guys remember the PC game called Kingpin? Kingpin was one of the very first PC games that had a ton of cuss words like F you, mother effer, like all this stuff that was said in the game. It was something that had never been done before. There was this PC game called Kingpin. I don't know why, but this screenshot reminds me of Kingpin. I like this back New York alley. Robot up close. You can punch them in their head possibly. I'm not sure what's happening there. That's just another action shot. That looks kind of cool. Graphics don't look super amazing. Ooh, I do love this shot. Very beautiful. I just love these little robots. They kind of have a Battlestar Galactica thing going on too with their little red lights on their heads. Kind of like that. Super cool. I don't know. There's something about this game that speaks to me. It might be complete and utter ass. I have no idea. But I like the look. I like the style. I like these caves too with that lighting. Like that looks pretty dope. Okay, so let's see. What are people talking about over here in chat? Main Fan says need to see gameplay. Yeah, we really have not seen any gameplay. We've seen these robots kind of walking around. It looks interesting, but we're not too sure about that. Crunchy says, I agree with you about the 90s look and feel. Chris Gould says, at Anthony, what about a top 20 ignored hidden gems? That would be really useful and great for struggling devs. Yeah, I need to do a whole bunch of top 20s. And the other thing is like so many of my top 20s have not been updated in a long time. Like we have some genre specific top 20s I can show you that have not been updated in forever. Let me see if I can show you like one of them that I'm talking about here. If I go to overall rankings, and if I go to like top 20 horror games, like watch, I'm going to show you guys this ranking, and it's old. It hasn't been updated in forever. and there's probably a bunch of horror games that need to move up the charts or move around the charts. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So here's a chart. This one is called Top 20 VR Horror Thriller Games, all platforms, and you can see Rush of Blood is ranking in at number 4. We got the Brookhaven Experiment at number 5. This is an example here, but if we scroll down, we can see A Chair in the Room. A Chair in the Room was number 1 the last time that we did this. Alien Isolation. Now, this is kind of impressive that Alien Isolation did rank number 2, and this is before I ever even played Alien Isolation, so I wasn't ranking it hard on my own submission. Resident Evil 7 coming in there. Rush of Blood, no surprise. Brookhaven Experiment, man, this is an underrated game. Let me tell you, Brookhaven is crazy underrated. People, you want to know what one of the best wave shooters ever is? Freaking Brookhaven. Now, it's a wave shooter. It's a wavy-ass wave shooter. But you get into the sewers, you get into those underground sewers with the lighting and the darkness and those freaking bugs. You guys don't know the first of it when it comes to horror. If you haven't been into Brookhaven and you haven't been in those sewers and you haven't had your volume cranked and no one home in your house and it's dark and it's late at night, you haven't experienced horror. That is Brookhaven Experiment. Killing Floor Incursion, you want to talk about visceral. Those zombies get up in your face. Paranormal Activity, Dread Halls, Doom 3 BFG. Hey, it's scary. Affected the Manor, Raw Data, Ghost Town, Mine Ride, Hordes. Yeah, see, this needs to be updated because look, we got stuff like Island 359 appearing on the horror list. Arizona Sunshine, Narcosis, Drop Dead got on here. Edge of Nowhere actually does have quite a bit of horror to it. It's a little bit dark. Wilson's Heart is pretty light on the horror. So like this hasn't been updated in probably, I don't know, a long time. It's been a long time since this has been updated. So I need to update a lot of these other rankings. Absolutely no question about it. But yeah, there's so many other rankings we need to do. Let's see. VR show. Oh, what up? Epics is in the mix. Something I need to update as well. Top lists. VR show says, Epic says, Anthony, what do you use software-wise for the streaming templates? Well, this is just OBS, and then I'm slow. I'm really slow with OBS, man. I just, like Epics, you have no idea. I just started to learn how to do this thing where I can switch to like these different trailer windows and all of this. Like I've just started screwing around with this stuff. Like I didn't know how to do this stuff for the longest time. Like a full screen, full screen trailer, or I can go full screen web browser, or I can go back to my normal. Like it's just setting up scenes and stuff. Basically all you have to do, like I'm just using OBS, but you have to watch some of these like guides on how to do it. I just wasn't good at it. VR show says, OBS. Okay, I use that for recorded, never live. So behind you on that. Yeah, see, the reason I'm doing all this live stuff, Epics, is because there's no editing. There's no editing. Epics, could you imagine if you never had to edit a video ever? And that's what I'm doing here with this live show. That's why this live show exists. There's no editing, baby. No editing. It's a beautiful thing. King Hell says, Arctica 1 kicks Killing Floor's butt for atmosphere and visceral itty. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. Arctica 1 is a beautiful game. Arctica 1 is a lovely game. In fact, do I have a trailer for Arctica 1? Let me see. I did find some trailers for some stuff that were in these different folders that I couldn't find for the longest time. Let me see if I have an Arctica 1 trailer. I should have an Arctica 1 trailer if I don't have one. Maybe I don't. I thought I had an Arctica 1 trailer. Well, that sucks. But yeah, Arctica 1 is a beautiful looking game. There's no question about it. I could grab an Arctica 1 trailer real quick. Oh, so Arctica 1 didn't make our horror list? How terrible is that? Yeah. Well, see, Arctica 1, the thing about Arctica 1 though, is there's only really that one level that really goes into a horror mode, and then it kind of gets off of that a little bit. But yeah, there's certain parts of Arctica 1 where it is kind of a horror thing. Ray Pope says, anyone tried Dead Secret? That's pretty creepy. Wouldn't exactly call it horror, though. Yeah, one of the things about horror, that's why if you see what I have here, it says top 20 VR horror / thriller. Because I thought if you go too much horror, like thriller, like Raw Data is kind of a thriller, or Island 359 you could say is a thriller, or Narcosis. Like some of these aren't like hardcore horror games, you know. But Epix was saying, yeah, editing is a pain in the old A. It really is. Editing is some crap. We all know how editing is. Yoga VR is very scary playing at night and your wife is upstairs sleeping. Yeah, that's interesting. I can't even play that Yoga VR trailer, dude. I feel embarrassed. Like if I play that Yoga VR trailer, I will literally feel embarrassed because it's almost like the lowest common denominator, right? You know? Let's see. This trailer, like I already feel bad doing this trailer, much less the yoga trailer. Like I feel bad with this one. Oh, this one isn't 720p. This is Box VR. It's an interesting trailer. You know, see this dude working out, you know, neck, beard, and all. And then there's some other stuff as well. But let's see what people are talking about over here. Let me turn down the trailer volume. But yeah, I can't do the Yoga VR trailer, man. Epix, can you play the Yoga VR trailer on your show, or do you feel like the police are going to come get you? James Davis 911 says VR overload tonight. Yeah, all of you guys that are in the UK and everything, it is like nighttime. It's morning over here, man. It isn't even noon. I haven't even had lunch yet, and I barely had breakfast, and my stomach is gurgling. Chebby says, playing the Yoga VR trailer is like watching porn with dudes. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I can't do it. I feel bad doing this one right here. I feel bad doing this one, so just imagine Yoga VR. Can't do it. Okay, but you know what? I actually did find a bunch of different trailers that I couldn't find for a long time. Let me see if I can grab some of those, if I can remember some of these. I added them to this. I have this one big folder where I put all these different trailers in. Oh, here's a Drive Club trailer that I hadn't seen in a long time. Here's Drive Club, how pixely and kind of the Vaseline look that you do get on PlayStation VR. But Drive Club is still a great game. It is still a great game. In fact, let's go to PlayStation VR Top 100 and check out how the other people live. PlayStation VR people. And this was just updated on September 7th. So this is a really new update. Top 100 PlayStation VR games currently available. Let's see how these ones rank out. You got Skyrim VR coming in at number 1. Resident Evil 7 Firewall 0 Hour debuting at number 3. Didn't get quite up there into Resident Evil and Skyrim category, but maybe next update it will. Rec Room coming in at 4. Wipeout Omega Collection. This is personally, I would say Wipeout is my number 1 PlayStation VR game. We got Farpoint at 6. Job Simulator is just a very popular game on PlayStation VR. Super hot. I think a pretty damn good translation. Moss is really nice. To the Top is really good, even with kind of the controls translation. PlayStation VR Worlds. If you are a PC VR only player, you are missing out, because you are not able to play PlayStation VR Worlds. Rush of Blood, Bridge Crew, Batman. It's kind of interesting to see Batman rank so high. Ultra Wings is a big deal on PSVR. Killing Floor Incursion, very, very impressive on PSVR the way I understand it. Arizona Sunshine, Doom VFR. Rick and Morty, I have no idea how Rick and Morty got ranked 20th. Because everything I've heard is Rick and Morty is basically broken on the PSVR. I was trying to find where Drive Club is. Okay, here's Drive Club. It's ranked 22nd. This is a strong game. You know, Drive Club is a legit game, and that is why we have this Drive Club trailer going on right here. Let's get a little Drive Club sound. Let's hear some engine revving, and then I'll go ahead and see what people are talking about in chat. VR show says Vaseline look. Apt and well stated. I like that. No, dude, Epics, there's a lot of games that have this. It's Vaseline. It's like you've got a clear screen, but you spread a nice clean layer of Vaseline over everything. And PSVR suffers from it a lot more than everything else. But I see it on. You could see it with your Oculus Rift or your HTC Vive if you're playing Fallout 4 VR. It looks very Vaseline, in my opinion. Torn, at the very beginning of Torn, for me, is very Vaseline, in my opinion. Of course, I'm on a 970, so that's part of my problem. King Hell says, would love to play Wipeout VR, no PlayStation, and it's the only reason I'd buy one, and it is a damn good reason. Chris Gold says, Wipeout #1 on any system. You know, I gotta be honest and tell you guys, I have not played Wipeout VR in probably a month. And I don't know why, because it's a great game, but I haven't played it. But if I had, like, if you guys watched VR Roundtable earlier today, and if you saw that new contraption that's being kickstarted for about $3,000, I forget what it's called, VR3 or whatever the heck it's called, but it's like this thing that you sit in, this motion simulator that's almost like $6,000. If that worked with Wipeout, I would absolutely be wanting to play Wipeout a lot more than I am right now. Alexander Lubinsky, Batman Arkham VR was almost too scary for me. Oh my God. Dude, if Batman VR was too scary for you, you're going to have a lot of problems with a lot of games, because Batman VR is not that scary. The scariest thing for me in Batman was, and this is minor spoilers, when they're holding the penguin, you know, when he's holding the penguin up on that skyscraper and dangling the penguin, like that was one of the scariest parts for me, because I'm looking down, I'm like, oh, fear of heights. My fear of heights is kicking in, because I played Batman Arkham VR when I first had VR. I was still new to VR. Epix is saying Creed is probably his most wanted is that for September games, Epix? Creed, Rise to Glory is your most wanted September game? I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought maybe Transference or something like that might be in your list. Batman VR is scary when you are in the sewer. Yeah. I mean, there are some, and also when somebody gets right up in your face, I don't want to spoil that. We can't spoil that. Yeah, you know, actually, there are some intense parts of Batman VR. Yes, there are. Actually, yeah, the reptile guy, the end of Batman VR in the jail cell was way more intense than I ever expected. That's Alexander Lubinsky. You know what? I'm wrong. You're right, Alexander, and I am wrong. I forgot about all those parts. I'm thinking about like the parts where he's in the Bat Cave and he's in the Batmobile and all of that. And I forgot, yeah, when you get to the end of Batman Arkham VR, it does actually get scary. Oh, Anthony, if you can see this, Creed is #1 for exercise titles. Oh, okay. So you want Creed for exercise, VR exercise. Yeah, we actually have a VR exercise ranking in our overall rankings. But again, it is hell of old. It has not been updated in forever. Let me show you guys what we do have, though, over there. So this is our top 20 VR exercise games, all platform. Hollow Point was #1. The Thrill of the Fight, #2. Sword Master VR. Audio Shield, Racket NX, Soundboxing, Spark. I actually really like Spark. I like Spark. Fun. Hollow Ball, Goalkeeper VR, The Fastest Fifth, Drunken Bar Fight, Fruit Ninja VR, Knockout League, Kunlun Fight, Cyberpunk VR, hell of underrated Cyberpunk, by the way, Super Hot, Vindicta. Vindicta is only exercising if you're going like this through all the levels, which is what I did, roller skated around all the levels. Space Pirate Trainer can be exercisey if you're dodging all over the damn place, Longbow, Airtone. But yeah, that's not the greatest list. I'm sure there's a lot better exercise games that we could get into there. A lot of my lists, they definitely need, yeah, it doesn't have Beat Saber because it's freaking old. I haven't updated it. Beat Saber would rank very high, I'm sure. IPCSK says VR horror and you didn't mean Alien Isolation? No, 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 no. Alien Isolation is ranked numero 2, bro. Alien Isolation is ranked number 2. Look at this. See, A Chair in the Room is number 1. Alien Isolation, VR mod, it is ranked number 2. So it is ranked pretty freaking high there on our top 20 VR horror games. So no, it did rank pretty well. James Davis 911 or maybe 911, not sure. He played soundboxing for a while. Great fun. Paradise Decay says, that's old. Where's Beat Saber? That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. A lot of these rankings, I haven't touched them in a long, long time, and they need to be updated. Right now, you know what we're working on right now is we're updating our overall rankings. Like all platforms, the best of the best of the best. That is what I'm updating right now. I need to update the top 200, top 100, top 50, top 20 for our best overall. Like if I go to that now, let me show you what we have now. Like it probably hasn't been updated in freaking forever. The top 200 VR games. Yeah, this was updated back on July 6th. Oh my God, July 6th. So it really needs to be updated here. But this is the top 200 VR games, all platforms. And numero uno, Skyrim, Elite Dangerous, Resident Evil 7, Gorn, Echo, Robo Recall, Wipeout, Super Hot, Onward, Fallout 4, Rec Room. You can kind of get as an example here. Beat Saber ended up at 13. So this is a mixture. You know, there's Vive, there's Steam games, there's Oculus games, there's PlayStation VR games like Farpoint. So it's kind of like all platforms. But this has not been updated, and we are going to be updating this within the next, like, maybe later today. Maybe later today or like Monday, it will be updated soon. That's what I'm working on right now. And then when I finish that up, I need to hit up like our exercise list, our horror list, and try to update all of that stuff. I definitely need to update all of that stuff as well. Okay, VR Show is talking about his top 3. Yeah, Beat Saber would be on modern. They're talking about what would be their... Oh, In Death. Resident Evil should be number 1. That's MAME Fan. Well, you know what? Rank it, MAME Fan. Rank a top 20. And on the website, you just go to submit rankings. Now, I will admit, like the jankiest thing of the website altogether is submitting your rankings. It looks like something from 1997. I'll show you like a web page from 1997. Like if you want to submit your rankings. Okay, let me show you how. This is embarrassing, but we're on an embarrassing kick. Make your voice heard. Submit your rankings today, man. Yeah, give us your name, your handle, bro. Give us your email. Do you want to be a featured gamer? We haven't really done this in a long time, but we were going to do this thing called featured gamer, where we were going to profile different VR gamers, interview them, talk to them about their own top 20, and it was a really good idea, and it still is a good idea. I just need if anybody wants to get into gaming journalism and intern with VR Game Rankings, hit me up at info@vrgamerankings.com. Forum name for contest entries. Yeah, at one point we were doing some contests, and so we wanted people to put their forum name in there. And then the ranking list, be specific. Like, for example, if you're ranking your top 20 HTC Vive games, and then you just submit your ranking and you just put 1 and what it is, or just copy it from a WordPad document or something. Yeah, is it janky? Is it old school? Sure it is, but it will actually work. It will do the job. If you do submit a top 20 or whatever. Paradise Decay says, damn it, Anthony's website has turned into Uplay. Yeah, this is forced advertising, baby. You are going to be forced into this advertising for VR Game Ranking. Yeah, it's funny. That's hella funny. Alrighty, so Dread Halls is scary. Hell yes, it is. I think another name for Dread Halls, like a really good name for Dread Halls, is Run Like Hell. Because basically, isn't that what you're doing? You're running like hell in the opposite direction That is pretty much what Dreadhall is. You're like, oh shit, I'm turning this way. Now I'm running. I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to get away. Okay, I'm going to throw on a trailer. This is one trailer that I haven't had in this folder, and now I have it. And now, of course, I will have to resize it. But this is PlayStation VR Worlds. And this is for all you PC VR gamers that don't have PlayStation VR. You guys are freaking missing out. You're missing out on something truly incredible, because PlayStation VR Worlds, this is an awesome little collection of games. It really is. Not VR Luge. That is terrible. Absolutely terrible. But everything else is good. Danger Ball is definitely sweet. Danger Ball is way better than you might think it is, even though it's locked to your head. Into the Deep, this is super cool. If you got a grandparent, you want to show them VR, that's a great thing to show them in VR. Not sure why this trailer is stuttering. This was the best part. London Heist, definitely the best part. Scavenger's Odyssey, I actually have barely done that. A lot of people get motion sick on Scavenger's Odyssey. And yeah, London Heist. I mean, this part right here, you feel like you're in a movie. Like, this is the closest I've ever been to being inside an action movie, is probably like this little part right here when you're in the car with that guy. Seriously, like, no joke. It is the closest to being in an action movie of anything I've ever seen. Okay, so let's see. What are people talking about here? Do we get a free AOL disc with that submit? Oh my God, that is a good one. James Davis 911. He killed me with that. Yeah, he absolutely killed me with that. That is a good one. That is a sick burn. Sick burn. Yeah, and go to Alta Vista, your favorite search engine, by the way, as well. Lethal Weasel VR. VR Worlds is my go-to demo. Oh, it is a fantastic demo. Absolutely fantastic demo. It's a great demo for any older person. You put them in the shark cage, not the one with the shark part. There's another version you can put them in where there's no shark, and they love it. They love that part. Chebby says, but PSVR costs about $1,000 if you don't have a PS4. Well, let me tell you, Chebby, I recently got myself, actually, hold on one second. I'm going to grab something and show you guys real quick. Okay, Chebby, see this? This is a PlayStation 4 Slim. They're nice and small, and they're almost kind of portable like the PlayStation 4 Slim. I got a used PS4 Slim on Craigslist for $185, and it came with 2 games that I didn't want, and I sold off the 2 games I didn't want, and I basically got this for $160. A PlayStation 4 works absolutely great, super awesome. It's a nice Slim, okay? So that's $160. Now you got to be pretty good. You got to have a Craigslist. Your city has to be pretty active with Craigslist. You got to have some patience. But I could grab a used PSVR setup for probably $185 as well. And so out the door, it's not much money. I don't know why my stream is like having problems. I think it's because both of my kids are playing Destiny 2 at the same time. Somebody's probably watching some other movie. I'm going to switch off this trailer and go to some other trailer because we're having some issues here. Let me find another trailer to go to. I'll just put this Infinity thing on here for a second. Okay, let me make sure my volume is back down. Alrighty, I had to set that Slim down there. Chris Gould says, you got to get a Pro for VR. Yeah, I have a Pro. I have a Pro over there. That's where I play my games on the Pro. But this Slim PS4 is for the living room. It was like a living room thing that I wanted to get. So yeah, I mean, if you could get a Pro. But, I mean, here's the thing about a Pro. Take a game like Firewall 0 Hour. I don't believe there's a Pro patch on that. I don't believe it takes any advantage. Yeah, my internet is going to shit. My internet is really going to shit. Let me try playing instead of having a movie on here, I'll just put a picture on the screen and then see, maybe that will help my internet. I'm definitely having some kind of bandwidth problems because the stream is having problems. So I'll just put this on here and see if this helps better. Can anybody report, like, what is going on with stream? Is it all, is the stream all jacked up? Or is the stream working? Like, I'm not even seeing chat now. Holy crap, maybe my stream is like dead. Let's see, now I'm seeing a little bit of chat. Stream health is terrible. Video output is low. So the stream's kind of dying. But you know what, guys? Honestly, we are past the 1 hour mark, so maybe we need to get out of here anyway. AOL dis, and now is he using dial-up? Yeah, I'm pretty much using dial-up. Dude, it's my kids. They're playing Destiny. They probably got their friends over. Maybe they got extra Xboxes in their room. There might be 4 of them in there trying to play Destiny or something. I don't know. Something crazy is going on. So what I'm going to do is I will put on the outro trailer, and this will pretty much do it for our Sunday Fun Day show. I'm starving anyways, so it kind of makes sense to go down this road. Okay, thanks everybody. Make sure to check out the website. There are some rankings to look at. There is some stuff to peep out. Of course, thanks for watching. Definitely subscribe to the show, like the videos. These are all of the things that we're talking about here. It really helps us out. And really, the number one thing you can do to help out VR Game Rankings is to tell somebody you know that is into VR that doesn't know about VR Game Rankings, that has no awareness whatsoever. Especially, guys, check this out. If there's anybody that is brand new to VR, like, here's where I go into my pitch, and this is real. If there's anybody that's brand new to VR, like somebody just bought a PlayStation VR, send them the link to the top 100 PSVR games and say, look, if you buy most of the games in the top 20, you're going to be good. Same thing with if somebody just got an HTC Vive, give them the top 200 of the HTC Vive, or somebody just bought an Oculus Rift, give them the top 200 Oculus Rift games, because although sure, you're going to rank games in whatever order you want, the cream tends to rise to the top. And if you look at the top 20, it's usually really good stuff. So definitely check that out. But anyways, I will see everybody Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Have a good one. Have a wonderful weekend. Later. Bye-bye.